This track is quickly becoming a firm fan favourite. As the clock ticks down to lights out, let's join the teams down on the grid. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 turns to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking over this anti-clockwise track, it's 3.6 miles long and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Antonelli, George Russell and Hamilton, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Sainz and Alex Albon, Fernando Alonso, Lawson, Lance Stroll and Hadjar, Gasly, Doohan, Esteban Ocon and Gabriel Bortoleto, Behrman and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'd give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver?
Got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Here we go, the formation lap is underway here at the Circuit of the Americas. The atmosphere is electric and the fans have come out in their thousands for today's race. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Okay, clear. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. tyre wear's higher than we're expecting. We've got a new strategy available on your MFD if you want it. Seeing a lot of tyre deg now. We've got a new strategy if you want to take a look at it. Tyre condition still looking good. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Okay, off we go, back into the race. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. Right, Ollie's coming in for his stop. Okay, gap to the car in front, 4.1 seconds. The car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. So your ERS is running a bit low. Look into changing your ERS mode in the MFD for a more conservative burn rate, or you might want to try some lifting or gentle braking to recharge. Okay, you're in the top 10. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 9.8 seconds. Okay, we lost the position, try to keep focus. Use your overtake button more, it's time to utilise some of this energy, come on. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 11.5 seconds. Final lap, final lap. Push, push. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 14.6 seconds.
Yeah, good job, guys. Good call on the pit stop. Bit tricky that last one, last stint, but yeah, good point. That's what matters.
It's been amazing.
Here's the checkered flag. The fans rise to their feet. It's Lando Norris for victory.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. He holds the trophy aloft, and why shouldn't he? A richly deserved win today for Lando Norris.